Look, ski match the game like the corners in New York done taught us. Overcharging for how they did they like soul in the cold rush. Hoodies and bombers, my tape. My starting lineup look like Golden State. And this year we coming after hours like we open late.
No matter what, we're gonna keep fighting. That's what we do.
We're gonna keep fighting every single night.
That's what we do.
Sums up our team, sums up our city.
Yeah.
We dig.
We fight.
We find a way.
Look.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We are here. You know, another episode of Offseason Talks with Knicks-ish, episode 14. You know what I mean? Shout out to the panel, Mrs. Knicks and Kev. Fresh should be here at some point. Hopefully he'll be here soon. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to JJ and Darlene on the super early check-in. You feel me? They was in the chat before we even started up the show. That's fire. We appreciate y'all. My guy Jimmy J1 is in the building. You know what I mean? W panel, W chat. You already know the vibes. So first of all, how are you guys? You know what I mean? On this Memorial Day.
Chilling.
Oh, Labor Day. Excuse me, Labor Day. I said Memorial.
Chilling, man. Just chilling in the crib, relax. You know, my wife cooked up some food and just enjoyed the day with family, bro.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, I stayed in the crib. I ain't do much. I did a double yesterday, so you already know the vibes. I was resting all day. You know what I mean? I live in Brooklyn. You know, this right here. This
stay in the crib.
Yeah, I'm so used to this, and I know how crazy it get. I live in Flatbush. You know what I mean? I know how crazy it gets. So yeah, I'm in the crib. I'm in the crib. A little wine, some TV. You know what I mean? And now we're doing
call it a day.
Facts. All right, so bad. We about to jump into some top. Uncle Paulie is in the building. We see you, homie.
Yeah.
What up?
Yeah, so let's get into some topics. I'm going to defer to you guys because I did not get a chance to watch it. But Mark Cuban was on the Roommates podcast. I saw some topics being a little spicy. I don't know what happened. I haven't seen any clips, so you guys is going to have to inform me.
There was a interesting Roommates, to say the least, which I thought it was going to be. It seemed like JB tried to play nice for the most part, because he's told us on other podcasts and other interviews, you know, how he felt it really went. Like, he felt like Mark Cuban kind of like pushed him aside. He wasn't a priority. He wasn't made a priority during free agency. And then when the Mavs finally did say, yeah, we want you, he was like, nah, I'm good now. So he played it really nice because he didn't say it that way. He just was like, you know, we both, you know, my agent, you know, got with y'all and y'all didn't. Like, he made it seem, at least to me, like it was a miscommunication as opposed to like they kind of like sunned him to the side. But where it got interesting is when Jaylen told Mark Cuban, like, I ain't really like how you tried to be like, oh, when my parents got involved, you know, it was funny business. And Mark Cuban's like, no, I didn't mean it that way. Instead of saying like, yo, my bad, I should have never brought up your parents. He's like, I didn't really mean it that way. You know, we're still cool, but that part right there of the interview was super weird to me. What you think, Kev?
Yeah, I saw that part. But I thought he said he was like he didn't want to really talk about. He didn't want to bring up like details about what happened. It seemed like whatever happened between the parents and him, it was chippy. It was some chippiness going on in the background. Something happened, you know.
For sure. Especially because like when you see how Jaylen said it, like he said it like he wanted that smoke. Like
right. and even Mark said to a point where He said, even when I see your dad, it's like we look at each other and we just be like, and nod our
No
head at each
words.
other and just smile. But you could tell that there was something there. There was some spiciness going on.
Right.
I was kind of confused,
nah,
right? I was kind of confused because, like Anna said earlier, she said that on other podcasts, Jalen Brunson brings up a lot of, the contract talks, but he never brought that up on this one. He never brought up that, he asked them for 4 years, 50 something million. They never brought that up. I was more curious to hear that
Right.
than anything, he didn't bring that up, so I was kind of surprised by that.
Yeah. Yeah. It seemed like he was definitely playing nice. And I
Right.
guess maybe because he knew he was going to go for that little jab, like, bro, I remember you brought up my parents.
Yeah. And Mark Cuban is, a smart enough man to know that if the real details of what the contract situation got out, he would look like a fool, even though they did parlay Kyrie Irving. To see what Jalen Brunson has become, if it's true that he asked for 4 years, 50 million, and he turned into this, it's like, yo, you fucked up big time, homie. and Mark Cuban, we still cute, cool shit. That's bullshit. I'm gonna call bullshit on that because I remember after we signed Jalen Brunson, it was all this tampering and he felt slighted by the Knicks and Jalen Brunson. It was all this talk.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it was all this talk, but now when you get on the pod, everything is cool. Nah, Mark Cuban, you dropped the ball. You dropped the ball because Jalen Brunson, I remember he said, yo, at first they didn't even give him an offer. Like, there was no offer from the Mavs at first. But now all of a sudden, I mean, because you look, now you got egg on your face. Oh, we still cool. The fuck out of here, Mark Cuban.
And even he kept saying like, oh, but it turned out great for you. You're the king of New York. Like, bro, like you said, you dropped the ball and just admit it. Like, you really did us a favor. I ain't mad at you.
It's better be the king of New York than the king of Dallas. I tell you that much.
Right. I mean, I live out here.
That's a fact. Thank you, Mark Cuban. I ain't got no smoke for you, man. My bad.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I live out here, so no matter who's on that team right now, it's Luka's team. The same way it was Dirk's team. You know what I mean? Like Kyrie Irving, like you don't really hear fans out here be like, "Oh, we got Kyrie Irving." It's like Luka.
It's true.
Yeah.
The one
it
thing
definitely
I will
worked
say
out the best
though,
for JB. So
he my bad T.
no, go ahead.
We forgot to mention that he filed a grievance against us, and we had to give up draft picks for that. I think we had to give up a second round pick for that
because he did the tampering.
Right, the tampering charges. So you was salty. You was salty.
Well worth it. I'll do it again.
I give up all them second round picks.
Facts. I'll do it again. Nah, but I think it definitely shows a lot of class on Jalen Brunson's part. I mean, even though that man took some shots at his folk, and didn't want to give him what he thought he was paid or worth at the moment. To have him on the pod, that's kind of dope. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of dope. Even though I didn't get a chance, I'm still gonna go watch it. But I didn't get a chance to watch it. But I think that was kind of dope though that he brought him on the pod.
Yeah, that just goes to show you the maturity, though. Like the maturity. They were able to put that because most people would just have a fallout and not talk again.
Right.
So the fact that he was able to put all that to the side and still have some type of relationship with that organization, you never know, man. Keep your doors open, man.
Facts. But yeah, I don't know anything else that was interesting on the pod.
That was basically it. You know, that's really what I wanted to hear. There was some other good stuff, conversation that they had, you know, but really, you know, but that right there was really what I wanted to hear, and I was kind of disappointed because I felt like I ain't hear the whole thing. It was just like bits and pieces of it.
Right. Yeah, that's what, because when they said he was going to be on it, I was the same way. I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. Like,
Yeah,
we going to hear the inside, and then they just play nice. And it's like, okay, well, we know this ain't really how it went, but okay.
right, right.
Yeah, and you know, JB don't give me the vibes as somebody who would, you know, try to make it messy.
Right.
You feel me? Like try to make it like just an uncomfortable situation. You feel me? I don't think that was his goal bringing him up there neither, but it definitely was some things that need to be addressed. You feel me? Definitely
to
some
be
things
honest,
that needed
just
to be
like
addressed.
based off of like his actions with us as an organization, you can tell that what he said in previous podcasts was the truth, right? Because like he seems like the type of guy to play it safe at all times. Like he don't play when it comes to money. It's like, what can I get right now? Because he even did it with us, right? And this extension. And when he talked about this extension, he's like, well, it's guaranteed money right now. So I can see how he's like, all right, give me the 4 years, 50 mil right now. At
Yeah.
least that money is secure. So based off of his actions that he did with us in this extension talk, I don't see what he said before to not be true.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you know. But all in all, thank you, Mark Cuban, for any front office for being stinky at your jobs. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart. My orange and blue heart thanks you endless.
Thank you for
All
dropping
right.
the ball, bro.
Facts. I feel like this next topic is definitely going to be red heavy. You know what I mean? Because you know how we feel about, you know, number 30 on this side. But HoopsHype made a list of the top 10 power forwards in the NBA today, right now, currently. And our guy, Julius Randle, ranked number 7, behind Zion Williamson, who's number 2. I don't got the whole list. Zion Williamson, who's number 2. Who else? It was some Cat. He was behind. I don't know what. Siakam. Hold on. I'm gonna pull up the list. I'm gonna pull up the list so we can do this right. I should.
The bonus.
Yeah, which is. I mean, listen. Hold on. I'm about to pull up this list so we can do this the right way.
Was up there too.
Evan Mobley. Yeah, definitely. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry, y'all. Because I need this list so I could. Yeah. So the list goes as follows: Giannis number 1, Zion number 2, Paolo Banchero number 3, Pascal Siakam number 4, Cat number 5, Laurie Marketing number 6, Julius Randle number 7, Jared Jackson Jr. number 8, Evan Mobley number 9, Aaron Gordon number 10.
Just start tea time. Just press the button. Just continuously press the button.
All right, so I guess. Hold on, my bad. I guess I'll start the first rant off. I'm looking at my phone. I'm trying to get to the button. Hold on. I'm trying to get to the button. Oh, that's not it. That's not the right button. That's not the right button. Yeah, that's not the right button. Hold on. Oh, there we go. I done changed the background and everything. That's crazy. But yeah, listen. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. And I'm gonna start off by saying, yo, listen, I don't know what y'all love affair with Lauri Markkanen is. Like, yo, he did some good stuff. But he's not better than Julius Randle. What are we talking about? Because he could shoot 3 points better than Julius Randle? He's not better. He's not better. You're talking about Paolo. Paolo in the future may be better than Julius Randle, but right now, absolutely fucking not. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like what like the what you call it? Orlando ain't do shit. Ain't do shit. But y'all got him higher than Julius Randle? Are you serious? Julius Randle give Cat crazy work every time they play. Every time they play, he give him crazy work. Every time. I don't understand. Again, I don't understand what's the love affair with Cat. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. It don't make sense to me. Like, yes, he's talented. I give you that, but he ain't built like that. And then lastly, Zion Williamson, number 2. Are you guys on drugs? You feel me? Like I get the name. I get the name Zion Williamson. Oh, he's exciting to watch. Yeah, high flying, all that other wild shit, right? I get that. But at the end of the day, one, he ain't accomplished nothing neither. Zion Williamson averages what? 22 points a game, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Julius Randle last season had 24, 10, and 4. Like, how was he better? I'm confused. Zion, what? Because he ain't giving highlight dunks. Yo, if you ask me personally, Zion Williamson ain't even the best player on his team. He's not. He's not. I get at the IG. IG is the best person on a player on a team. Yeah, it's disgusting. And I feel like it's Knicks for clicks type shit. Because there's no way that you put Paolo Banchero above Julius Randle. Has Paolo Banchero even made an all-NBA team yet? I don't think so. I don't think so. Has Zion Williamson even made an all-NBA team yet? I don't think so. I don't think so. Julius Randle's numbers is comparable by former MVPs. It's only former MVPs that do the things that Julius Randle was doing on the basketball court as far as from a numbers standpoint. We talk about it all the time. Only guys that average 25, 10, and 5 are Giannis, Joker, Embiid, and Julius Randle. There's nobody else in the NBA that does it. So how is he number? How is he number 7? I'm gonna land the plane there. Hold on, Kev, I got you. You want the rant button, or you just ready to go in?
I'm gonna let Anna go first.
I mean, I'm really still.
You want the rant button?
No, I'm good. I'm just like baffled at this point. Like I have no words because it just agitates me to the point where I want to like break my phone screen and my computer screen at the audacity of these people to put that out on social media. Like when I saw Banchero up there and even Zion, like that man can't even stay on the court. Like you put him number 2, he can't even stay on the court. Like he hasn't played half the amount of games that he should have played in his entire career thus far. And like you said, what has the Pelicans done? What has he done as a leader to lead that team anywhere? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Banchero, y'all said he was better than Jaylen. Now Jaylen proved he's better than him. And now you're trying to say he's better than Julius. Like
nasty work.
What are we doing here? Like I don't get it. But you know what? You know how our team does. We use it as fuel. So now Julius, because I know Mama Randle watching. So Mama Randle, I want him to smoke all of them all season.
Facts.
Every one of them other 6. He needs to cook them.
But the thing is every year he cooks these guys.
No, he needs to cook them more.
Like,
he needs to drop like 60 on their heads now.
Like, just recently he dropped like 40 something on Giannis. He steady schools Domantas Sabonis, Evan Mobley, Karl Anthony. Forget it. The only thing he could do better than Julius is shoot the three. That's it. He cooks Laurie Marketing. He cooks homie from Orlando,
Banchero.
Pablo Banchero. I just at this point, man, he's just gonna have to continue to prove them wrong. That's all he's gonna have to do, bro. Stay healthy enough, and use this, like you said, as motivation, because that's all you could do at this point. This man can do nothing. Yo, he can do nothing right, bro. Nothing right at this point. And just use it as motivation, get better, and come back stronger next year, bro. That's all he could do.
So, I went and fact checked. And of course, Zion, no all NBA teams. He's a 2-time All-Star.
None.
Julius Randle's a 3-time All-Star.
2-time
All NBA player.
Could have been 3 this year if he didn't get hurt.
It would have been 3 if he didn't get hurt. And Julius Randle has an MIP under his belt. Zion, 2-time All-Star, 1-time All Rookie. How was that better? I mean, if you compare the numbers from last season and the season before that, it's not comparable. The only thing that Zion does better is highlights. That's the only thing. Highlights. That's the only thing that Zion does better. Zion sell more jerseys than Julius Randle, but he's not better at basketball. He eats
more Big Macs than Julius Randle.
Huh?
He eats more Big Macs than Julius Randle.
Listen, that Zion, I saw a picture of Zion. He looking slim and trim now. I ain't even got no weight jokes for Zion. He looking slim and trim. But at the end of the day, where you compare, even in that 4-year span that Zion has been in the league, because we know that Julius has been in the league a whole lot longer. If you compare the time that Zion been in the league and those 4 years with Julius Randle, it's not even close. It's not even close. And they got that boy at number 2.
Yeah, even when you just look at their skill set, like Zion's offensive game is so very limited as opposed to Julius, that he has a lot of offensive game to him. He could take it into the basket. He could shoot a mid-range. He could shoot a 3. Like, Zion is nothing if he's not under that rim.
Yeah, you go to the hoop. That's it. Go to the hoop. Like, Zion has amazing physical tools. You know what I mean? Like, he's an athletic freak of nature, and that's where he hangs his hat. But, Julius Randle, he plays bully ball, but he also got that turnaround over both shoulders. He can hit you with the mid-range. He can step out and shoot the 3. And he passes really well. Zion averages 5 assists a game. I didn't realize he passed that well. But still, Julius Randle, if Zion's number 2, that means Zion should be number 2, period. No. You know what I mean? It should be Giannis, then it should be Julius Randle. And then I don't care how the list falls after that. Julius Randle is easily the second best power forward in the NBA. I feel like HoopsHype is doing Knicks for clicks because they know how we get. They know how we get. They want some traction, so they're going to disrespect. Pablo Banchero ain't proved nothing. Pablo's a 1-time All-Star. Did he make the All-Star this year?
I don't know.
He did.
Hold on, I'm about to check. I like that.
That's crazy because when I saw the list, I was like, "Isn't he a small forward?"
He is a small forward, which is crazy. He's listed as a small forward. So boom, 1-time Rookie of the Year, 1-time All-Star, 1-time All Rookie. He averages 22, 6, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. How was he? How is this better than Julius Randle? I'm confused. I am conflicted. I'm
It's because
conflicted.
he's a Knick, bro. It's because he's a Knick.
That's the only reason.
It's the same thing they did with Jalen Brunson last year with the MVP votes and all that. He should have been
Yeah.
first team All NBA, if you ask me.
Hmm.
You know, it's the same thing, bro. You know, in order for people to take our players seriously, bro, we gotta win a championship,
And they still won't, Kev. And
and
they still
probably
won't.
that is
They're
probably
gonna be
still
like,
not enough.
"Oh, that was a one-time thing.
It's a
It,
Hmm.
fluke.
Guys were
it
hurt.
was a fluke, right?
Yeah,
Like
guys were hurt. You know.
they got lucky."
Yeah, Giannis
Yeah.
didn't play the whole series. You know. Jimmy Butler didn't play. He was hurt. You know, those are the excuses they're gonna use. You know, for the Knicks. You know.
Rodney Dangerfield, we don't get no respect. Yeah, I mean,
No.
we don't get no
No.
respect, especially
No.
Julius Randle. But you know, uh, just be on the lookout. Fourth All-Star team coming, loading for Julius Randle. Third All NBA team loading for Julius Randle. I'm just saying, just watch it happen. Because I seen how he played when he was healthy before he got injured. He was absolutely cooking. He was absolutely cooking, and then wasn't taking a shit ton of shots. He wasn't
He
over
wasn't
dribbling,
forcing.
playing within the system,
Yep.
and being efficient at
Trusting the
basketball,
team. Yep.
high level basketball. And I think it's only going to get better this year. And again, we're gonna show you. And the motto is going to be none of those guys could check him. None of them. None of them.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that 4 assists a game is gonna go up to 7.
I like that.
Like
I like that.
possibly.
Because listen, think about it.
He got more shooters around.
There you go. Mikal could shoot. OG could shoot. Dante could shoot. Josh could shoot. Jalen could shoot. Deuce could shoot. And he's surrounded by shooters now.
Yeah.
Surrounded by shooters.
Can't double team nobody.
Not
Nope.
not one.
Can't double team nobody. What in the words of John Witherspoon and Friday, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. Yeah, nah. But yeah, the disrespect got to stop. But it is what it is. It's to be expected at this point as a Knicks fan that, they're going to do what they do. They're not going to give our players any respect.
And to be honest, they just want us to fail. They want to be right on their how they view us. And the more we push back and say, no, we're not going to follow that. This is our narrative this way. The more they're going to continue to hate, because they don't want us Knicks fans to be right. Because to be honest, us winning a chip is going to be their worst nightmare.
Yeah.
They think they hate us when they talk smack about us. They really going to hate us when we win a chip.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's going to be disgusting outside.
It's gonna be I'm telling you, it's gonna be like a week-long celebration, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah, people gonna have to take vacation days.
It's gonna be videos of all of them on all the smack they talked about, all our guys. Them videos is gonna be viral.
Yeah, I told you, I'm saving bail money
out there.
I'm saving bail money. So, all right, next topic. Rashad McCants said that Jaylen Brown is more dominant than Jalen Brunson. Jeez Louise. I feel like it's going to be a rant, but I'm going to try not to make it a rant. But, bro, what's wrong with y'all? I get it. The guy won, Eastern Conference MVP. He won the Finals MVP. But he is not better than Jalen Brunson. Rashad McCants, he was hanging his hat on the fact that that Jalen Brunson got more shots per game than than Jaylen Brown. And he said if Jaylen Brown got the same shots that Jalen Brunson got, he'll be just as dominant. And I'm like, nah, gang. You also got to understand too. Like, look at the reason. I also feel like the reason why Jaylen Brown is as effective as he was, because look at the team he had. He's playing again. He playing with what's the light skinned boy name?
Tatum.
Jason.
Yeah,
Tatum.
he playing with Tatum.
KP.
Then you got somebody like Derek White, who played phenomenal. You got Drew Holiday, phenomenal. KP, phenomenal when he's healthy. Like, of course you're going to flourish and have the season that you had this year, because nobody was really tuned into you until like it was too late. Because I'm pretty sure the game plan is like, all right, we got to figure out how to slow down Jason Tatum. And then it's like, oh shit, Jaylen Brown is wilding us up. He already hot. It's too late to turn off the water now. And when Jalen Brunson had Julius Randle and didn't have to put up as many shots, he was still just as effective and dominant. It's not because Jalen Brunson had the ball so much why he was so dominant. It's because he's really good at basketball and super efficient. Super efficient. If you put Jaylen Brown in Jalen Brunson's position, he will not be as good. I stand on that. I watched Jaylen Brown's game. His game is more of slashing, catching off the dribble and attacking. I mean, catching off the pass and attacking. Like Jaylen Brown, when he's forced to make multiple dribble moves to score and he's on an island to score, he's not as effective. Jalen Brunson is manufacturing most of his points, especially after the injuries, on his own. Jaylen Brown, his handle ain't tight enough for that. It ain't. Jaylen Brown just recently started going to his left or his right. His left. He just recently started going to his left. He didn't have no left hand before this season. So you gonna tell me that he's more Rashad, McCants? You can't be serious. you can't be serious, gang. Fuck out of here. I'm gonna land the plane there. Go ahead, y'all.
I mean, wasn't he like a bench player that got no time when he played? Like, nobody took him serious. He wasn't really, somebody to take serious about. I don't pay him no mind, bro. A lot of these people just be talking and say shit, have something to talk about. We all know what Jalen Brunson brings to the table, what kind of player he is on and off the field. I mean, that's all really what I could say. I mean, if it wasn't for the injuries last year, I'm pretty sure we would have been having a whole nother discussion. But it is what it is, bro. Here we go again. People doubting our players, not respecting them. And us just having to go out there and prove another point, bro. That's it. That's what he's gonna have to do. Prove another point.
Yeah, them guys on the Gilbert show, they're so flip-floppy. Like, one day they talking shit about our team, one day they praising our team, and then they go back to flip-flopping and talking bad about the team. It's annoying at this point. I actually stopped watching that podcast because of that. Like, y'all not going to raise my blood pressure talking about my team. But like you said, like, Rashad McCants, like, you a nobody in this game. Like, your opinion doesn't really matter. You're a non-factor per se. Like, who are you? Nobody even knows who you are. I literally had to ask Frank, well, who the hell is that? Like, I never heard of him until the show.
I had to Google him. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, he was a nice player, but he had a bad attitude, so he never ended up being that good in the NBA, and then he went overseas.
Yeah, I had to Google him. I didn't know who he was. Had to Google.
And it's like I take any of them on that show say seriously, because it's just like you said, Knicks for clicks. They just want to rouse us up to get a reaction so that they could get more views, so that we can post that one clip and be like, oh, look. Because I guarantee you, I'm with you, T-Time. If it was reversed and it was Jaylen Brown on our team, he wouldn't be able to handle it. He wouldn't be able to handle it with the team we have, as in the personnel. I don't think he can handle the city. There's not many guys in this league that can handle being labeled the king of New York. That is on its own monster outside of basketball. You know what I mean? Because you have to be perfect. You have to be like, we don't just call anybody that. And yeah, you're a good player. You're a great player. You're MVP of the finals and Eastern Conference finals and all that. But let's not act like he didn't have a really great supporting cast. Like, he has a really great supporting cast, and they played a really bad Dallas team.
You know, and then now that I think about it, now that my mind like focuses in on this topic, this fool don't even get guarded by the best wing defender. Jason Tatum is the one that's getting guarded by the best wing defender on a nightly basis. Jalen Brunson, whoever's the best wing defender on the opposing team, is checking Jalen Brunson on a nightly basis.
Thanks.
Jaylen Brown is getting the second, cooking him. Jaylen Brown is getting the second best wing defender. And we know that the NBA ain't filled with a whole bunch of defenders. So it could be night and day difference between who's the number one defender and who's the number two. You getting checked by the second guy. Jason Tatum is garnering all the attention from the number one guy. But let's see what happened when you play, opening night versus the Knicks.
I literally was about to say, let's table this for this season when we well manned with them.
Yeah, and Mikal Bridges is like, what's up?
Who's gonna guard him, Mikal Bridges or OG?
Absolutely.
Either one, he in trouble.
I think Mikal's going to guard. I think it's a better physical matchup for Mikal to guard. It's a better physical matchup for Mikal to guard Brown, because Mikal being 6'6", Jason Tatum is like 6'7", 6'8". Yeah, I mean, OG is about the same size.
Yeah, I think that's the matchup too, because Tatum is more of an inside presence. He don't shoot the three really well. He don't have it like, he shoots some, but it ain't pretty. And he not gonna be able to bang bodies with OG in the paint like that. So that is the better matchup to me.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, because they got almost the same body. Pause. All right, they got the same exact build. You know what I mean? I just think OG is stronger, and Mikal is wiry,
faster, but
they ain't gonna listen. All that shit that he be doing is on lock, dog. It's on lock. It's on lock. You know what I mean? It's on lock. And same thing with Jaylen Brown. Like, you're not going to. Mikal has really quick feet, really long arms. You're not going to be able to shoot. You're not going to be able to shoot over him. It's going to be hard as hell for you to drive past him. So you cooked. You cooked, gang. Like, lockdown. And I can't wait for we make it. I got somebody at work right now. He a Boston fan. He talking spicy. He walked up to me like, opening night, what's up? I say, yo, bro, you ain't saying nothing slick to a can of oil. You know how I get down. Pause. I like talk to me with green. Well, how much we talk to me with green?
He from Boston?
He from New York.
Nah, he from New York. Wow, I know, right? Wow. Yeah.
We pulling his New York card. Because who
said,
does that?
Yo, Cap. Nigga ain't never even been to Boston.
Oh my God.
But nah, listen. It don't matter. His money gonna spend all the same. His money gonna spend all the same.
That's nasty
I
work,
just can't wait.
That's
I think
nasty work.
I'm excited for the season as a whole.
Facts.
But that opening night,
Facts.
Yo, Kev, we might have to visit somebody's watch party, gang. We might have to be outside, Kev. We might have to be outside, Kev.
I mean, really, Boston in trouble because KP's not slated to be back beginning of the season. They in trouble because he was the X factor in our matchups with them. And without that, it's a wrap.
And you know the guy, you know the motto. Who gonna check Julius? Who gonna check Julius, gang? Who?
Word.
Who?
I don't see it.
Who? You gonna put Al Horford?
Al Horford ain't it. Al Horford ain't it.
Al Horford gonna get cooked every time.
Julius gonna run past him all game. Al Horford slow as dirt. That's why he moved to the 5 because he can't keep up with power forwards. He can't keep up with power forwards. But yeah, man. Yeah. Rashad McCants. Be serious. McCants be serious, man. And like you said, there's always Knicks for clicks. That's why I feel like it's like, you know how I'm gonna get them. We gonna say that this person's better than one of their players. They're gonna lose their mind. Yeah,
of course, because they be saying like some weirdo ass players, like,
no.
Like, where did you
get?
They
even have Fraz
like if you would be like,
bro.
Like if you be like, oh, Giannis is better than Julius.
They did,
then we can have a conversation, right?
Yeah.
But you saying dudes that we know are way beneath Julius, like not even a close. Like it's Giannis, Julius, and to me, all them other guys are not that close to Julius.
They're not close at all. You can't even say not that close. They're not close at all. That's the point. Like they're not even close at all. But yeah, man, it like especially when you're talking about like we're going back to Jalen Brunson, especially when you're talking about Jalen Brunson, right? The only people I want to hear you say is better than Jalen Brunson is
Jalen Brunson.
I give you Luka. I give you Luka.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not after what we saw in the playoffs. Absolutely not. Seeing him numbers, okay, I get that. But his game, absolutely not. Yeah. That man cries for fouls, and that's all he looks for. And
he do cry.
These playoffs made me see Luka and Jason Tatum in a whole different light, to be honest. Like, their games are nasty. They just get a lot of foul calls.
So it's safe to say that Jalen Brunson is a top 5 player in the NBA. That's what we saying here.
Yeah.
That's what we say. Listen, I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to that. I'm trying to think. I mean,
if you look at it, he's smaller than everyone you're gonna say. Every other name you're gonna say, he's smaller than them, right? And he carried a team that really is second and third wing guys. He carried them by himself. Yeah, he's top 5.
They got to yell at me, gang. I'm trying to post a comment. You ain't got to yell at me, gang. You ain't got to yell at me.
Yo, and honestly speaking,
I'm trying to think.
If you really think about it,
yeah.
That's why I was so like I was so tight about him not even being like him he should have even could have been MVP, bro. The way he carried the Knicks and put the team on his back last year. He should have been MVP, bro. I mean, you for
MVP,
most of the season,
MIP, something.
MVP, like if even to get us to win 50 games with the guys that we missed for most of the season, you lost your
Number two.
other 1A player in Julius Randle for the whole year, and you still was
And we
able
lost
to
our best defender for a nice period of time, and then our second best defender for half the season.
Yeah,
right. So for him.
Yeah, and you could literally say you can't, like, no player last season meant more to their team than Jalen Brunson.
Fact.
Not one single player. I get that some teams are more successful. We were a second seed. So that means we were top 4 teams in the league. You can't tell me out of those top 4 teams any player that meant more to their team. On Boston, it was a collective effort. Like, it was a collective effort on Boston. I don't even remember who was number 1 and 2 in the West.
OKC
but still,
and OKC
Minnesota.
and Minnesota.
Yeah, OKC, again, another team, more of a collective effort. That Jaylen, the kid with the
Jaylen Williams.
Yeah, the kid with the Meek Mill braids. Him and Shah was what, and Chet is what drove that team.
Jalen Williams.
You know what I mean?
Williams, yeah.
Jalen Williams, SGA, and Chet is what drove that team. Yep. And Minnesota, again, it was a collective of Edwards, Cat, and dare I say, even Rudy Gobert, bum ass. But when it comes down to the Knicks, with all the injuries, when we went through all the injuries, and you take Jalen Brunson out of that team, we don't make the playoffs, let alone be the second seed. After all those injuries,
we might be a lottery team.
I know. I don't think we'd have dropped that far because we was already still 4th seed.
If we would have lost, let's say, God forbid.
Nah, you're probably right. We'd have dropped.
If we would have lost Jalen Brunson right after All-Star game, we would have been a lottery.
Yeah, you right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You're right.
Because we already had lost Mitch, we already had lost Julius, and then OG went down for however many games he went down.
Yeah. So to the point, there's no player last season that meant more to their team and to their team's success. And to me, that's what most valuable player is. It's not only if your team wins the most games. Like, that's not what MVP is for. Yeah, I mean, MVP is saying that this team would not be able to sustain anywhere close to their success. You have to be successful. You know what I mean?
Right.
You have to be in the upper echelon on the league. I think that should be a prerequisite as well. But also, if you remove this player from that team, is that team still even a playoff team? That has to be a question. You can't say neither. You can't say that for none of the top 3 teams. You can't say that. Boston, if they lose Jason Tatum or Brown, they're still a playoff team.
Who won it this year?
I don't even remember who won MVP this year.
Who
won MVP this year?
I don't even remember. Hold on, I'm about to Google that.
Wasn't it Jokic?
Nah. Embiid? Nah,
not Embiid. I thought it was the Joker.
Nah. Yeah, it was the Joker. Facts.
It was the Joker.
Fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Because that again is a collective effort team.
Yeah, fuck. Nah. Joker is when like the what do you call it? The splits on and off. for the Nuggets with Joker was kind of outrageous last year. It was kind of outrageous last year. I'm not even going to try to take that away from bro. The splits with Joker on the court and off the court was ridiculous. But I still think.
But I think that's more because you can't. I mean, they still have a good team without Joker. Maybe not a winning team, but they still have Jamal Murray and their guys. Like, we literally had no one. Like, we literally had no one. Nobody knew. Nobody knew Dante could give us what he gave us. Nobody knew Josh could give us that. Damn, no one knew Deuce could. You know what I mean? Everyone just stepped in because they had no option to. You know what I mean? But those guys over there, they've already made a name for themselves. They were just champions. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you know,
I think Denver's game is created to everything goes through Joker. And so when Joker's not there, their offense doesn't do well because that's their game. Their game is to run it through him. It's the same thing like with the Mavs. Like, if you remove Luka out of that team, their offense, even with Kyrie, is not going to be good because their offense runs through Luka. There's no second option.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But yeah, nasty work. Jalen Brunson definitely should have been. If he didn't win, he should have been a top 2 candidate. Facts. You know what I mean? But you know what else is new? He plays for New York. If he would have did this anywhere else in the NBA, he would have won MVP, and it wouldn't even been close. All right. So you know, last thing before we get up out of here, you know what I mean? We've never done this on this show on here. Like, what are your favorite Knicks moments? I guess I started to give y'all time to think. Melo 62-point game. Like that, because you know, during the 90s, I was a kid. I appreciated basketball. I liked basketball, but I couldn't really like appreciate it on the same level that I do now. You know what I mean? And again, not being able to truly appreciate the Patrick Ewing years. Like I don't get me wrong. I appreciate the Patrick Ewing years, but again, I was a kid. You feel me? And then going like when I really started to understand the game of basketball, we sucked. We sucked for a very long time. We made the playoffs. We was hyped. And you know, just kind of being in limbo. And I remember watching that game and watching Melo just completely wow the fuck out. I don't think until recent years I've ever yelled that much watching a basketball game. I was throwing stuff. You feel me? And that was one of my favorite moments because that gave me something to boast about. When I was getting abused, I was getting abused. Kev, you know how it was for us around that time, gang. Yeah. Kev, you know how it was. Well, like, Kev, we was at the post office around these times, right? Like, that was around those years, right? Am I tweaking? Kev, or not?
Yeah. Nah, you're right.
So yeah, it was nasty work being a Knicks fan around them times, man. We used to get laughed at. People was talking crazy shit about us, and that gave everybody a reason to shut up for a couple of days. Yeah, I mean, so that is definitely right now. Well, we still got. I feel like that might be top the next 2 years, but right now that's my favorite Knicks moment.
Yeah, man.
I don't really have a favorite moment. Like, to me, there's just been so many great memories. as a Knicks fan. I mean, I've been a Knicks fan really since birth. Like my mom, her favorite player was Walt Frazier. My granddad was a Knicks fan. And so just growing up in the house, always, it just so many memories. Like in the 90s, like hearing Patrick Ewing, knowing he had to go against Jordan and telling us every year, like, we're going to win, we're going to make a run for it. Like, even though we did make a run, but never got that close while Jordan played, it was like the adrenaline as a kid. Like, I guess it prepared me for what we see now. Because I remember, like, my heart racing during the games and uh just like going to school proud. I used to go every time we won, especially in the playoffs. I would stop at the corner store and get the newspaper and walk into school with the back page of the newspaper, like, yeah, just bad hype, but not like. So in the 90s, like with Ewan and them, it was more a collective effort, right? Like the whole team gave it their all. But then you think of the Allen Houston floater, which was outrageous. You think of LJ's 4-point play, which was outrageous. I remember being at home watching the game for LJ and just literally jumping out the bed. Like, I don't even know how high I jumped, but I was screaming so loud because I couldn't believe that happened like that. And if you know, playing Indiana back in them days, like Indiana, Miami, you wanted to take them out. You didn't care if you got any further than them. You wanted to take them out because Miami always screwed us by trying to fight us. And Indiana, it was Reggie. So you was just trying to shut him up. So it was just so many great memories as a Knicks fan, and now being able to, create new memories, with a new team because it's been, like you said, so depressing for so long. I mean, Melo gave us a 62, but outside of that, for so many years, we didn't have nothing. I think another great memory is Lynn, like, because that shit was just so unexpected. Like, watching that game with Lynn, giving it to Kobe, and then what Lynn did in Toronto. Like, and how that Toronto crowd never sounds like a Knicks fan team, a Knicks home game. And for that game, it was like outrageously loud for the Knicks. But now seeing JB and the guys do their thing, like, it brings back that sense of pride that we had back then. And so I'm grateful. And I know one of these guys on this team is going to give us more than 62. Probably this season.
Might be, facts. I think it might be.
I'm not gonna hold you. I want it to be Randle so that he could just shut everybody up.
Yeah, Randle gonna have to go on one of them 3-point barrages that he usually go
stupid.
Yeah, Kev, what's up? Talk to me.
Yo, he gonna have to hit us with a 50-point game with nothing but jump shots.
Like Melo.
Nah, but I would say, to be honest with you, man, like I've had some fun moments with the Knicks, but this past season was different. And the whole season, not just the playoffs. The whole season was fun to watch. Even the games that we lost, there was times where even games that we lost, I wasn't even mad. Like, yo, that game was crazy. Like, wow, I can't believe it. But the playoffs, I mean, to me, topped it off. Going into Philly, underdogs, nobody believed us, and the way they played, that little moment that we had in the Garden where Jalen Brunson struggled, but towards the end of the game he hits a big 3-point shot. Then they get the ball back and fucking Dante shoots the 3, misses it. Isaiah Hartenstein grabs the rebound, passes it to OG. OG hits Dante, bang! It's like, moments like that, like the way the Garden reacted to that moment, the way we marched into Philly and took over that arena in a playoff game.
Yeah, that was tough.
That was crazy. The aura in the city. There was this buzz in the city that I can't remember. Like, there even times like back in the day, but this time it was different. So I would have to say like I've been a Knicks fan all my life, but this is the most fun I've had in years, bro. I ain't even gonna
So
lie to you. Like, so
I
this
want to change
season, I think.
my answer because now that now that I think about it, my favorite moment as a Knicks fan is when we got Stephon Marbury, me and the kid from Brooklyn. Being a like that was huge for me. And I was a fan of Stephon Marbury. So like the two went hand in hand. It's like, what? We got the Brooklyn kid? Yo, you couldn't tell me what we weren't on. In that moment, you couldn't tell me we weren't on to do great things at that time. We got Stephon Marbury. Stephon Marbury about to take us to the promised land. That's how I was feeling because that's how much I like Stephon Marbury. That's how much, like, and him being from Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn. Like, you feel me? Like, I always say, like, if you watch me play basketball, right? I play, like, when I was younger. Right now, I'm super trash now. I ain't gonna lie. But I used to try to play like Stephon Marbury, the cupping it, like the tucking the ball, all that. Like I used to do all that like Stephon Marbury. So when we got him, that was like I can't even explain it. It's like I could only imagine it felt like how Jalen Brunson felt when we traded for Josh Hart. Yeah, I mean, like, oh shit. Yeah. So that was me personally. That was my favorite moment as a Knicks fan, getting Stephon Marbury.
I will
After
say
that,
this though.
The story different. After that, the story is a lot different.
I will say this though about the whole Linsanity thing. I was hype about Linsanity up until the playoffs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When he did the whole playoff things, that's where he lost me. Yo, he lost me, completely lost me, bro. I was like, everything you did up until that point, it just went out the window, bro.
Facts.
Completely out the window. And he paid for it the following year when he went to Houston. And he was trash ever since.
Facts.
Trash.
Yeah. I mean, and I think another couple of great memories was the Knicks tape era. Just because, the guys gave us a nice identity at that time. And that was fun to watch. And then I guess it goes with the Knicks tape era was the 52 win season with the OGs who, everybody counted us out because we just had a bunch of veterans way past their prime and they showed out. Those were good times. They were super good times. And I feel like this team has piggybacked off that Knicks tape era in its own era, of course, but to see that they have an identity the way that Knicks tape era had that identity.
Yeah. I just wanted to point something out too, because, Kev said, this season the energy was different. And I just want y'all to remember it's the same energy we had when Julius Randle took us to the playoffs by himself. It's the same energy. We remember that. Like, it's the same energy. That year, you couldn't tell us shit.
I'm just saying,
we was only the fourth seed.
I flew to Atlanta.
We was only the fourth seed going into the playoffs, and we was talking big shit. Like, that's how, like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just always gotta, and I do this not to shit on, what we doing now, but to remind people, because I think they always forget where the vibe started vibing. The vibe started vibing not when Jalen Brunson got here. Started vibing when Julius Randle became MIP, first time All-Star.
Yeah. That's right.
That's when we started standing
Put
in front of the
respect
garden,
on my man.
yelling, "We want Brooklyn!" Yeah, we was on that type timing. That's the whole Bing Bong era. Julius Randle. Yeah, I mean, just remember that. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a Nick, being a Knicks fan. We had a lot of lows, but the highs be high. Yeah, I mean, the highs be high. We ain't achieved the ultimate goal in our lifetime. Yeah, I mean, but when things are good, there's no better feeling than being a Knicks fan. It's no better feeling. When the Knicks are good, there's no better feeling than being in the Garden. There's no better feeling than being around other Knicks fans, because the energy, the vibes are immaculate, always. Yeah, I mean, and this season is gonna be immaculate. That's what I'm try to Kev, listen. No, dad life got you super busy, but game one, if somebody throw it a watch party, Kev, we got to be outside.
Yeah,
we got to be outside, Kev.
I'm with you. We out.
Because when we beat Boston, wherever we at, that shit's gonna be rocking.
Yeah, it is.
And since y'all mentioned that, any Knicks fans watching in Dallas, me and some Knicks fans off of Twitter that live in Dallas are planning a watch party game one in Dallas. So we will, as we figure it out, I will let y'all know. But we getting together in Dallas.
That's fire.
That's
fire.
Up.
Yo, I gotta figure out a situation. Gotta figure out a situation where we could like kind of fake do like a pregame live. Knicks-ish New York, Knicks-ish Dallas. Yeah, I mean, so you could show that the vibes are immaculate in Dallas.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we gotta. I like it. Yeah, we gotta figure out how we can make that work. We gotta figure out how to make that work. But yeah, man. Yeah, we got a little over a month left for the season.
Yeah,
we almost there. It's gonna be. I know it's real.
So that shit's gonna be right around the corner.
Facts. It's gonna be quick.
Facts. I know it's real because I'm even a little bit excited for preseason. I'm like, hey, come on, y'all got in preseason games. Come on, preseason. You know what I mean? But yeah, if y'all ain't got anything else, you know what I mean? Guess we could wrap it up.
I'm good, man.
I'm good.
Shout out to everybody that pulled up. The chat was going crazy. You know what I mean? W chat
hit the
tonight.
like button, share.
Absolutely. Yeah. Sharing is always caring. You know the vibes, man. And God willing, we'll see y'all next Monday for our next installment of Offseason Talks, episode 15. That's crazy. 15. You know what I mean? But yeah, we holla at y'all. Peace.